To the Blake Lively Justin Baldoni legal battle, a judge has dismissed the director's $400 million defamation lawsuit against Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and the New York Times. We'll speak with Dan Abrams after this report from Janae Norman. Good morning, Janae.
Hey, George. Good morning. Blake Lively posting that she felt, quote, the pain of a retaliatory lawsuit, including the manufactured shame that tried to break her, now celebrating the judge's ruling that she says defeated the suit. This morning, a legal victory for Blake Lively. A judge dismissing Justin Baldoni's $400 million countersuit against Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, as well as this $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times.
Our client, as were we, was thrilled with the results. But I think the most important result is that people understand retaliatory defamation lawsuits are not okay. No one has to be silent.
Lively first filed a complaint against Baldoni with the California Civil Rights Department in 2024, followed by a lawsuit alleging sexual harassment and retaliation during the making of their hit film, It Ends With Us.
You have a really nice view.
I do.
The New York Times was the first to publish portions of Lively's allegations. Just a few weeks later, Baldoni countersuing, accusing Lively and the New York Times of defamation and Lively of extortion, saying she engaged in a vitriolic smear campaign to end his career. His attorney releasing raw footage from the set of This Is Us.
I'm probably getting spray past you.
That smells good.
But Monday, a judge ruling the alleged facts indicate that the Times reviewed the available evidence and reported, perhaps in a dramatized manner, what it believed to have happened. The Times had no obvious motive to favor Lively's version of events.
I hope that this ruling helps people understand that the kind of claims that were brought here are problematic and there are laws in place that prevent them from proceeding, and those laws work today.
Sources telling People magazine exclusively that Lively cried with relief after the ruling and posting on Instagram, I'm more resolved than ever to continue to stand for every woman's right to have a voice in protecting themselves. But the judge in the case leaving a door open for Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios, saying they have until June 23rd to submit an amended complaint. So just last week, Baldoni's attorneys proclaiming a legal win after Lively voluntarily withdrew her claim of emotional distress. Now, again, he can still refile an amended complaint if he chooses. Meanwhile, Lively's lawyer says they're looking forward to a judge ruling on the damages that they're seeking for what they called abusive litigation. Guys.
Okay, Janae, thanks. It's been our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. Pretty sweeping victory for Lively here. Surprised?
It's always a little surprising when a judge dismisses at this point in a case, right? This early, without discovery, etc. But what the judge did here is went through each of the claims and basically says, in effect, even if Justin Baldoni's right on the facts, as a matter of law, on each and one of these counts, he can't win. There is no case to bring to a jury as a legal matter, and so the case must be dismissed.
But the judge did leave an opening for him to refile.
Yeah, a limited opening, right? Let's be clear. With regard to the defamation claim, he can't refile it. With regard to the civil extortion claim, he can't refile it. He can refile, the judge is saying, some of the contractual claims. In effect, saying one of the arguments here is that Ryan Reynolds forced WME to fire Justin Baldoni. Well, show the court some of the contracts. Give us a little bit more of the evidence. Refile this in a different way, and the court will then evaluate it again, meaning we'll decide whether that case can move forward. And remember, of course, Justin Baldoni can also appeal this if he decides to do it.
We've been talking about this for quite some time now, and previously you said that you thought this would go to trial.
Yeah.
Has this changed your thinking?
It could, right? This is the only window to avoid a trial, in my view, because Justin Baldoni's the one, I think, who won't give this up, right? He's the one whose career has ended. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are moving on, and they're continuing to do what they do. For Baldoni, losing this is a big deal, really big. So if this case goes away, from his perspective, is it possible Blake Lively would decide to drop the case altogether? It's possible. So there's a little bit more of a window here to potentially ending this, but I don't see this ending really soon. I think Baldoni is going to try to at least do something to appeal, refile, do something.
All right, we'll see what happens,
Yeah.
Dan. As always, thank you for your insight. So helpful.